Now, you may not know much about her, but the president of Mauritius, Amina Gurib Fakim, is a scientist and a businesswoman, and she will be the only female head of state in Africa after Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf leaves office in January. VOA's Abdul Shakur Aboud sat with the president for this one-on-one interview.
Well, already highlight the fact that I'm an endangered species. No, but I think we need to make sure that the agenda is addressed.
Amina Gurib Fakim was referring to her role as the only female leader among the 54 African heads of state when Sirleaf leaves early next year. She has been president of the island nation of Mauritius with a population of 1.2 million, situated east of Madagascar, since being elected by the National Assembly in 2015. She said the need for more female leaders goes beyond just numbers. It's a matter of capitalizing on the talent of the entire population instead of just half of it.
You cannot have development if you cannot win a football match, for example, if you leave 52% of the team on the bench. So if we want to make a dent in many spheres, we need to take on board women intuition. We need to take on board women capacity, and we need to bring the women on board, because we bring in a different dimension to the thought process, to decision making.
Gurib Fakim is a biodiversity scientist with a doctorate in organic chemistry. She chairs the leadership group of the Coalition for African Research and Innovation, CARI, and visited Washington to lobby for scientific research in Africa during the Grand Challenges Summit organized by the Gates Foundation.
And the idea of CARI is to keep on building the infrastructure so that we provide the right ecosystem for African scientists who are on the continent and who are working in key areas of health, sustainable development, energy, water, all the issues which will help the African continent to, well, be successful on the sustainable development goals.
The Mauritian leader said that technology will drive some of this adaptation, pointing out that mobile phones are allowing herders to track weather patterns and markets for their livestock.
This mobile telephony and technology, they are very, very important tools to make a dent in the transmission of the appropriate data, the appropriate knowledge, and more importantly, get the women empowered in Africa, because we must not be coy about it to say that women feed Africa.
She recognizes that climate change and food insecurity are urgent problems in Africa, which is struggling with droughts and other weather-related disasters.
And it is also a given that if you improve by 1 or 2% in agricultural productivity, you will remove 40 to 50 million people out of absolute poverty. So we need to relook at this sector.
Speaking about one of the practice of some African leaders trying to change their constitutions so as to stay in power, Gurib Fakim says the real power is in the hands of the people.
I think, we always put a lot of importance on the politicians, but I think we have to tell people that the real power is with them. Every vote counts, and the choice of the leaders rests with us.
The Mauritian leader says she is new in politics but has translated a business experience into a blueprint of success in politics and calls for her African counterpart to invest in their people.
This is where we need to invest in new ideas, in new areas, in new pillars of the economy, but more importantly, invest in people. And invest in people.
Mauritius already has one of the strongest economies in Africa based on exports of sugar and textile, and a banking sector that draws in many foreign businesses that are attracted to the island's stable politics. Abdul Shakur Aboud, Voice of America, Washington.